Hey, it's 135 The Beat, Miami's new number one for hip-hop, R&B, and The Breakfast Club. Special day, special guest. I'm going to first start things off with Mr. Alex Anteas, producer for Julian Marley's latest project. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great.
That is awesome.
So you're doing great yourself.
Yes, I can't complain. I live in South Florida, and I get to talk crap for a living. You know what I mean? So not much to complain about. Can we get a little background on you, sir? To be able to produce Marley's album, you got to kind of be a big deal.
I don't like to think of myself as a big deal. I'm very thankful that Julian allowed me to work on this project.
That's what's up, man.
It started with one song, and next thing you know, have an album that came out today, and we've taken Julian into a whole new genre, still remaining true to the reggae roots, of course.
Roots rock reggae.
But adding some new elements there and see how his big fan base around the world will feel about it. And so far, the response has been wonderful.
That's what's up. Let's talk about that first song. What was that first song that got you guys connected and started?
That was The Tide is High.
Okay.
You know, a lot of people think that song is from Blondie, and you know it's not from Blondie.
Of course we do.
It's an old Jamaican reggae song.
It is.
And that's why Julian felt it was good to bring it back to Jamaica, bring it back to Kingston.
Great idea. It was like a folk song, wasn't it? Like that kind of energy.
It was like a little ska vibe, reggae ska vibe.
Exactly. That's amazing. And I love when artists think so deep and have such meaning to when they put their stuff together and why they put it together. I think that's so epic. And it's good to hear these stories as well. So talk about the album.
I love this album. First of all, I'm thankful.
Sorry, tell everybody the name of the album. I apologize.
Colors of Royal. As we all know, Royal is another name for JuJu, right?
Yes.
So Colors of Royal represents JuJu going into different directions and trying new ideas, again, remaining true to his roots, of course. Never leaving his roots, but always trying new ideas and experimenting. And that's why we have the Colors of Royal. New ideas.
Absolutely. I always look at artists and their songs as their babies. I'm assuming it's the exact same thing for producers. So sometimes it's hard to pick one of your favorites, but sometimes it kind of is, depending. You know, which songs have you gravitated towards the most off of the Colors of Royalty?
I love a song called Robbed, R-O-B-B-E-D, that was brought to us by a good friend of mine, which I'm sure you know, Mr. Not Nice.
Okay.
One of the well-known, most famous Jamaican producers of all
Not
time.
Nice. Yep.
Who know how much work is done in dancehall and reggae. And him and I worked further into the song, and Julian added his magic with his voice in there. And I definitely love that song because the message is so deep. What we wanted to do with this album was not only give people great music, but allow Julian to give some great messages through his words, through his lyrics.
Absolutely. And he is known to do that as well, so that's awesome. Such a pleasure meeting you. Thank you so much. You don't have to leave, but I'm definitely turning things over to my brother, JuJu, Julian Marley. But it was a pleasure, again, to meet you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for your works. You know what I mean?
Don't throw me out yet.
No, you're good. You're good. You're welcome. Stay right where you are. Julian!
Yes, my brother, we're going. All right.
What's up, King?
We're doing good, you know. Give thanks
man.
for being here again, you know.
Of course. It seems like usually when you come out with a project and you happen to be here in South Florida, you know, we are able to connect, and I feel so honored and proud for that opportunity once again.
Give thanks, Me
All
too,
right.
same way.
Congratulations on your hard work and putting out your album today.
Yes.
You know, Colors of Royalty, right?
Yeah, Colors of Royal.
Sorry,
yeah.
Colors of Royal. Thank you for the
Same
correction.
thing, but you know.
Yeah. JuJu Royal.
Yeah.
It's embedded in your name and who you are.
Yes.
First, respectfully, I would like to start our conversation by saying, you know, boy, respects to Raga Raga, Stephen. That loss, you know,
Yes.
definitely hit the community,
Yes.
you know, the family, and I wasn't able to speak with him.
Yes.
And I sent my messages in my own way through social media and stuff. I'm kind of funny when these things happen. I don't know whether to leave people alone or whether to embrace them. But
Well, you know, as we say, you have to just make the heart just speak. You know, sometimes we say, "Oh, I wonder if we should, or we should." We say,
Right.
let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's reach out sometime.
well, thank you for
'cause-
saying that to me, because I even was thinking like, yo, should I go to the Lions Den and just show up? You know? I
Yeah,
was
well,
like-
that was the vibe still.
okay.
Yeah, it was the
Okay.
energy, you know.
Because I want him to know, like, I really care and how much, you know, his son meant to me, and the relationship that we had built, even
Yeah.
from me watching him as a little boy running
True.
around the house.
It's true.
And also, you know, I've told Stephen this personally, but you know, Stephen's relationship with his children changed my life.
Ah,
You know what I mean? Because I was hanging out with him and I watched how he was able to do his work as a musician and still incorporate his children.
Yes.
And when I grew up, I thought it was a separate thing. I thought I go out there and do my thing and the kids, and I don't involve them. And then when I saw his relationship, you know, with his kids,
yes.
with the music, it changed my life.
It's true.
So, you know, so you could imagine how that affected me as well.
It's true, bro.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
man.
So, you know, we pray over him, and, you know, we're just so happy to have the time that we had with him. And it was such a great loss to not only the family and the community, but so
Yes.
many other people.
True.
All right. So I just wanted to give that respect, please, if you
Give
don't
thanks,
mind.
my brother.
Yes, King.
Yes, I.
So listen, I'm truly excited for you. We just spoke to, you know, the producer, and let's talk to you now about how that collaboration was, you know?
Well, you know, as we say, it started out as a like a drop of bing, like a little drop of water, and all of a sudden you have a ocean and a river of music. You know, so it started off as it really started off in the pandemic.
Right.
You know, I was down in Jamaica, and because I even lost my daughter too the year before the pandemic.
Oh, wow. I didn't
Yeah.
know that. I'm sorry.
Yes,
Okay.
12 years old, 11 years old, I should
Wow.
say. You know,
So sorry to hear
we're
that.
still searching for the cure for cancer.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it
And,
wasn't a
and of
time.
course, you've had history clearly with Dad and others who've lost their life to cancer. So that
Yeah, and we're still wondering what's the deal and what's been holding up the progress of research and all kind of
Right,
stuff.
right.
It's always,
Where's all that money going?
Yeah, this is 103.5 to be,
Yes.
proper Keith, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's like, going through the pandemic and really like, just being like, there's nothing happening in music. We need to just put out some sound and hanging out, going over by Alex. Really, it was like a little get-together spot.
Nice.
We was hanging out there with the brothers and stuff, and all of a sudden he's like, hey, I got a studio around in this back room around here. I was like, yeah, let's check it out. Went round there and heard some rhythms, and then he said like, I got this John Holt track, Tide is High.
Yeah.
And he played the rhythm. I was like, wow, nice. And I said, what do you feel about this? I was like, yeah, it feels good. Let me try it out.
Yeah.
And from that, we have an album.
Wow. That's
So it was
great.
no plan.
Isn't that like sometimes the best things come out of those type of situations
It's
where
true.
you don't overthink, you don't plan, you just kind of move with the vibe?
It's
with the
true.
spirit?
That's the natural way. then.
Yes, absolutely. So how long has it been since you had put out a body of work prior to this one here today?
Well, the last body of work that I put out was 2018.
Got you.
Around
And I think that might have
2018.
been the last time I seen you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember something that you said that it just stuck with me. It's weird,
Yeah.
randomly. Look how many people I interview over a course of this
Yeah.
time, and I interviewed you off what was the name of the last album? Gosh,
As I Am.
As I Am. Okay, and I remember you said something. You were talking about poor people, and I always rated the fact that you kind of still make music and talk to people who are in the struggle. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it's like to say, it's like that's the music that we come from. So if you don't do that, you're running away from yourself. As our father would say, you're running, but you can't run away. So no matter what you do, you have to come back because you realize you're made for this purpose. And even if you try to do something else, it's like it always points you right back.
Right.
It don't work out that way. You have to
Right.
get right back to
But you've been true to
what?
it. And I remember you said something.
Yeah.
The thing I want to run back to you, you said, how they have some people, I don't remember the exact way you said it, but it stuck with me. You said you have some people out there working for less than a shilling. or
Yes.
something like that. You said according to that. That will sound familiar, right?
Yes, and that's probably one of the songs, them too. One of our songs from one of the previous albums.
Yes.
A lyric like that.
Right.
Also,
You know what I mean? And for some reason that has really stuck with me after even all these years, just to show you how powerful
True.
you and you
give
know, your
thanks.
works are.
Yes, yes.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
you know, just to think like people who really want to work and who really want to provide for their family and stuff like that, and even trying to do it the right way, you're making.
Well, that's the thing. The right way is what we have to try to do now because, you know, as we say, we want to be free. We want to be able to live with our family and be free. We don't want, no one wants to be locked away or under the oppression and mental oppression. Because once our mind is gone, we can't do nothing for our kids, our family. You're gone.
Yeah.
So we have to be strong. We have to keep positive. We have to stay out of trouble.
Yeah.
We have to plant new seed. We have to do all the right things, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How do you? What's your take on, like, you know, how social media has now changed and shaped mainly the youths now? You know what I mean? From where we were coming, where people had more conversation.
Well, you know, like we say, as we say, it's a good and a bad.
Right.
The good is that, you know, back in the day, you know, you're sitting down in some basement, you want to release a tune, you have to go find, where do I print a record? You have to run down the road for try to print a record. And then, you know, even that was good and bad, because you can put some records in your trunk of your car, you can sell some records on the street and make some money.
Right.
So it's good and bad. And then now we have the technology where, yeah, we can get it out there, but now there's so much of everything and there's so much of, so it's good to, you know, like I always tell the youth, try to focus, you know, don't get caught by everything you see and everything
Right.
you hear, you know, have a mind of your own and have your own expression. Don't just follow what you see, you know, because sometimes what we see, everything we see on the Instagram is Hollywood.
Exactly.
It's a movie.
It's the best of.
Yeah, it's not the day I woke up, really.
Right. Absolutely.
I put on my makeup for that day. Well, not me, but, you know.
Right.
Yeah, it's like, you know, I want to keep, not, you know, life is real then. Let's
Yes.
live life. We
Yes.
can't just be in the screen. We have to live life.
Absolutely.
You know, the
and
birds are
sometimes we see
flying
enough
and-
of that too, where people are too busy recording that they're not even enjoying or being in the moment.
Yeah.
You know what I
and
mean?
they're wondering why we're so bored and stressed.
Yes.
Because you're not taking in what's really giving you that
Yes.
vibration that you need. You know?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
What does colors of Royal mean to you? When that word and then the name of the album, what does that mean to you?
Well, Colors of Royal is to show people like, you know, I didn't know that Julian sings this type of track, or I didn't know that I like this type of music. I'm a musician, like me. I listen from Beethoven to Mars music. You know, we listen from the 50s right to beyond the 2023 in vibration. So my kind of musical vibes is so large that sometimes people will say, "Oh, this is what you do, this is what you do." But I do everything, and this is what stuff like what we're doing now is stuff that I do. I probably have like a ton of stuff on CDs, cassettes. That's never. It's like I like this. Let me try it, but you know it's hip hop. Or it's this, or it's that. But now, you know, this is what basically we're showing the fans what other expressions is inside of me.
Got you.
You know, so
it's
have
almost
the
like
colors.
the different
It's
faces,
a different color
different colors and
of the
flavors.
music now.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
You know, I talked earlier with Alex about, you know, your songs being your like your children almost.
Yes.
Like, you know, you love them all, but you know, sometimes one or two may stand out. Do you have one or two that are on this album that stands out to you?
You know, just see them. You know, watching what Babylon is doing to the people. So, in other words, when just see them, your children must know that we are safe. Because once our Father see what's going on, we know that He'll be right for us in a quick minute.
Yeah.
He's gonna help. You know what I mean? He'll be
Yeah.
here shortly. So just see them is a nice, empowering song. Robbed again. In a mood. I mean, you know, say all of the tracks them have a vibes.
Yes,
you know?
yes,
But
yes.
like certain songs is like spiritually, yeah, it's like no matter what we sing, feel good music, party music, we always have to get back to the real feel good music is the spiritual music that
Yes, the
really
soul,
makes you
yeah.
feel that you know, uplifted.
And you've done that for us, over the years, and I just want to give you what I call gold roses in the sense of
Aye,
listen, man, I don't know how long I could be talking crap on the radio. So now, with the time I have, I want to make sure that people who I really love and respect and who's provided us with hope and great music over the years, that I
Yes.
let you know how much you mean to us.
Blessings.
And thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for all of your contributions to
Giving
music
thanks.
in general. Keeping also your dad's legacy alive. It's not easy. I'm quite sure I couldn't even think of to be in your shoe even for a day. But to keep such a great man's legacy. I mean, I think all of you brothers have done such a wonderful job in doing that. You know what I
Giving
mean? And
thanks.
keeping the message alive after all these years. I mean, your father always said was way beyond his time, and
Yes.
and the fact that he has such amazing boys and girls children who've really kept it going, keep his legacy going, and still creating your own.
True.
It's truly amazing.
Giving thanks.
All right, so
Yes, I.
we want to let everybody know right now, in your words, what they need to do today.
Yes, you need to go out check out the new album, Colors of Royal, on all platforms, you know what I mean? And we're right here with Papa Keith on 103.5 The Beat. You know,
Yes, sir.
Rasta.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much, JuJu Marley.
Yes.
Appreciate you. Julian Marley, please pick it up today, man. Trust me, it's going to touch your soul, your heart. Support good reggae music, you know what I mean? And thank you again, and I appreciate the whole family. And please send my regards to Stephen when you see him next.
Definitely.
Please, if you see him before I do.
All right, man.
All
bro.
right? Blessed love, King.
Blessed love. Give
All
thanks. Yes, I.
Good?